So the information I received, Jaron Ennis will be basically looking at Conor Benn next year. This is not something that I heard from anybody else. It's just information I ran across. Uh, Conor Benn could possibly be looked at between Jaron Ennis next year, early next year. Um, I don't want to give out a specific date right now. I have kind of gave out that information before, but I think that's a fight that Matchroom will be looking at trying to make very soon. Just because a lot of 147s in the stable just don't carry the weight as far as a name like Conor Ben does. And with Jaron Ennis, that'll be a huge fight for him because of the fan base. And also, a lot of fans have basically known about Conor Ben for a while now. He had a lot of guys call him out, from Devin Haney. I want to say Jaron Deuce Ennis could possibly fight that guy, but you had Tank Davis trying to put the fight together with Conor Ben. So he's had a couple of guys reach out and try to make some things happen. It's been a lot of fighters. I want to say even Adrian Bronner at some point had an option for Conor Ben. I've actually heard about that. So there was a lot of guys that Conor Ben's actually ran across that definitely is trying to put a fight together. So he's not gonna be fighting in the UK soon. Um, with his suspension that was basically brought about again after his situation. We tried to have it appealed recently, a couple of months ago, but Jaron Ennis could be a huge fight. They're trying to basically have that fight open for him and Jaron Ennis possibly in the UK. They was probably gonna try to do that. Doesn't mean that he would have been the A side, but it would have been a nice option for them to do. For other reasons, they were trying to sit him on a card that would be a big card next year that hasn't been really announced or really looked at yet. But I think next year that would have been a huge card. That would have been a very big card. And a lot of people know that Conor Ben is a huge star in the UK. Even with him fighting over here in America, he could possibly bring some people over. I don't know if it'll be a Ricky Hatton situation. Let's not say that, but he can definitely bring some faces over. UK fans definitely travel, and that could possibly be a huge fight for him. I don't want to see Jaron Ennis at 147 and Conor Ben also, and those guys not fight each other. Um, as a promotional company, you don't want to try to put those fights together too early. But if those fights can be put together and those guys can basically both benefit from it, being in a tough fight, uh, it can definitely happen. We've seen guys like Pitbull and Tank Davis get in fights, and both of their profiles raise up even higher after the fight. So that's something you can't really overlook. And if a lot of fans would definitely look towards those fights, it will make a lot of sense. It definitely would. But I just think Conor Ben right now is trying to get himself settled. Tried to get his situation settled a couple of months ago when he wanted to come back over to the UK and try to get the ban lifted, but it's just not at this time not happening. It's a lot of things going on in the UK as far as the doping agencies and everything else that's not really playing. UCOD is not really playing anymore. They're kind of cutting back on a lot of different things. Have a lot of guys head on the swivel over there. It's a lot of fighters that basically just try to watch what they intake in their body so they don't put themselves in a situation where they get suspended or for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, even 4 or 5 years. And with the whole situation going on with Jaron Ennis needing an opponent right now, a lot of people are discussing Korean, but I just don't know if he's official yet. It definitely could happen. I heard it's been ordered, but at this point right now, I definitely want to give Jaron Ennis a chance because that's something I definitely could see happening. I definitely could see that happening. With that being said, if that's not going to happen, then that's a big fight that Eddie Hearn has in his stable that can definitely be put together, and that's not one to overlook. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.